prayer. Mr. Myers will lead us into the prayer. Mr. Superintendent.
Mr. Lewis?
To the flag, I'm sorry. Here, Mr. Lewis here. Give Rick all that. I'm here, Mr. Superintendent.
Mr. Meyer? Mrs. Barra? Ms. Fletcher Mickens? Mr. Robertson?
Here.
Mr. Washington?
Here.
Mr. Beck? Here. Mrs. Arso? Here. Mrs. Dugas? Here. Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. The agenda will be followed as presented. Ms. Micken called me early, and she's caught up by the train over there by the track, so she'll be here when she get here. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for giving us this opportunity to assemble and perform our duties and responsibility with dignity and obedience. We humbly ask that you wrap your arms of protection around our employees and the children in our school system and shield them from all hurt, harms, and danger. Please, dear Lord, we humbly ask that you keep them safe in your loving arm of protection as they enjoy their summer vacation. These and many blessings we ask in your name's sake. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, sir.
Before we start our agenda, I would just like to bring this to the board's attention as, as your colleague, and I want to congratulate Mr. Justin Robinson and his wife for keeping the home so safe and his board after 22 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Justin.
Thank you, Mr. Beck.
Thank you very much.
42, boy.
42 years, yeah.
Don't
He done
shortchange me.
caught up with me now. Yeah.
To add to that, Miss Cindy had a birthday. Happy birthday.
All right.
Yeah. Good, thank you. Rick, I thought you were going to be a man with that prayer, man. Okay, y'all, thank you. Motion to adopt the agenda. Motion by Mr. Robinson, second by Ms. Uso. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, motion to adopt the consent agenda. Motion by Mr. Beck. Second by Ms. Barra. Questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, under reports and recognition, each of us up here have a copy of that report in front of us, so you can view it at your leisure. Under policy and procedure, approve the updated job description. Need a motion? Motion by Ms. Dodd, second by Ms. Uso. Questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Next, paragraph B, approve Assumption Parish School District 2021 through 2022 organizational chart. Got a motion by Ms. Barra, second by Mr. Beck. Question, comment? Ms. Uso?
Currently, right now, supervisor reports to me. In the new organizational chart, all supervisors will report to directors. So next year, that position will report to a director, and directors report to the superintendent.
Okay. Any other questions, comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, paragraph C, authorize the superintendent to declare July 5th, 2021 a holiday. Need a motion? Motion by Ms. Dodd, second by Mr. Washington. Questions or comment? I think the fourth falling on a Sunday is the reason why we're doing this, Mr. B? Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, All right. Any other questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, paragraph D, approve the updated Strong Start Plan. Need a motion? Motion by Mr. Robinson, second by Mr. Washington. Questions or comment?
Mr. President, just want to point out, Mr. Claymore, so we just received some information. Everyone is aware the governor has a new proclamation as it relates to COVID-19 policies and procedures. So we updated our policy. So Mr. Claymore is going to go in a little more detail. But the biggest thing here is mask mandate is no more. So we actually removed the mask mandate, but we do have the mask mandate according to the proclamation on buses. So that may change, and when that does change, or if it does change, I will update the board at that time. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Claymore with an update. Effective immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
And could you talk about the water stations as well?
Right. Oh, okay, great. Excellent. Oh, yeah, excellent. Real good.
So every building where there's a water, where there's a water fountain, if there's two water fountains, right now we can convert one, close one off, and hopefully the following year we can convert both of them. But right now, we're just trying to get one in every building so kids can have access to by the school year, can have access. So, but we're actually gonna contract that out ourselves, where our own people install them to save money because they are costly, and it's really costly to install them. So it takes out people about 45 to 40 minutes to install one. So we're gonna start that process throughout the summer. So every building will have at least one water filling station.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
The answer is we have not talked about that, but I mean, the only problem is you buy the bottle.
Yeah. And keep the bottles, yeah.
Maybe we can talk about. Schools may want to do fundraisers where they have a bottle with a logo on it and they sell a bottle for whatever the cost is, just to do the bottle and then they keep the squeezy bottle. Because you really, cups, then you can't bring cups into classrooms.
Right.
So I'm almost needs to be a squeezy bottle where you keep it in a bag. But again, it's just a distance thing.
All these kids that put their ball, any kind of sport, they
Mhm.
all have these bottles. So I don't think it'll be a
It may take some planning with the little ones though. The little ones are maybe the more the issue. So, but we can talk about that. We'll have a plan for you.
And maybe we can add it, talk to the principals and add it to maybe a school supply list as optional to the parents, just to let the parents know as well that, hey, we have these water stations available. So if you would like to have your child have a water bottle, I
I can see in
mean,
middle
we,
school and high school that not be an issue. Maybe in pre-K and K, that might be an issue. So we'll make sure we address that.
Okay. Thank you, Shannon. Healthy discussion. Thank you. There's any more questions or comment? Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, on the budget, we have to adopt the current resolution. Need a motion. Millage rate, that is, need a motion. A motion by Ms. Dot. Second by Mr. Robinson. Now, we have four millages here that we have to adopt, and we have to take them individually. So I'll start with the first one, and we'll have to adopt them individually. The first one is school district regular, 5.49 mils. Need a motion. Motion by Mr. Washington, second by Mr. Robinson. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, school district number one, the mill is 6.120 mil. Need a motion. Motion by Ms. Uso, second by Ms. Dot. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, school district number one, 20.81 mils. Need a motion. Motion by Ms. Bauer, second by Mr. Beck. Questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, school district, and the final one. School district number one in the amount of 6.97 mils. Need a motion. Mr. Robinson and Mr. Washington got a second. Any questions or comment? 39.39. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Barrow. No, ma'am. No. Everything stays the same. So, good. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Ms. Melissa, you got all that? Thank you much. Appreciate it. Paragraph B, under budget, approved service agreement between Tyler Technologies and Assumption Parish School Board. Need a motion. Motion by Ms. Byra, second by Mr. Myers. Questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, approve the contract with Sunshine Bus Sales. Need a motion. Motion by Mr. Beck, second by Ms. Byra. Questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, paragraph D, award the contract for garbage collection and disposal to the lowest responsible bidder. Need a motion. Motion by Ms. Uso, second by Mr. Washington. So I think that would be Pelican, Mr. Beck, Pelican.
We only had one bid this year, which is the one we currently had.
Okay.
There is an increase we last year paid $2.55 a yard.
Yeah.
This year is actually $202.85 a yard.
Okay.
So you're looking at about a $10 to $12, $13,000 increase in that service
Okay.
for the year.
For the year. Oh. Okay. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Next, receive information on professional service contract by and between Game Day Turf Specialist, LLC, and Assumption Parish School Board.
That service that question did come up just recently. That service is yearly. So I just want to make sure that I know that is not a quarterly amount. That is to take care of the field for the entire year, the service, that contract.
So Shannon, that's just taking care of, something like fertilizing or insect control, pest control or something?
Probably about 5 years ago, it's a little bit more than that. About 5 years ago, they did where they used to put soil on top of it, whatever else. It was
Yeah.
really costly. It was like $24,000.
Okay.
Well, back in the RIF days, we kind of cut that out of our budget, and we did a year without it. Well, what happened was when it came back, you know, you have to maintain fields, whether it's fertilizer, aerating, putting ryegrass down. It's a yearly maintenance. Every quarter they come out and they do certain things to your fields. That contract does include all fields: football fields, softball fields, practice fields, baseball, every field that's in that area that they do. Last year it was paid actually through the school, but again, that is a steep cost if you think of pulling that out of those funds. So we are transferring that out of the maintenance budget this year, but it is a yearly process that goes starting from July 1 through June of next year.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Next, receive information on service agreement with Frontline Education. So,
What you see in front of you, right now we do have a system, but it's not this. Well, we're actually in the Stone Ages. And I know it's hard to, and no one believes that, but we really are. We just have a process where we recruit people to post things on our website, but we still have to go through the process. Like someone still has to come find it, okay? There is nowhere we're posting it just goes out places and whatever else. This is an all-encompass system where the system from start to end is through this entire system. So what would happen is, when we go to post something, this system will allow us to, when I click a button, like right now it's going to advertise for jobs. When I click a button and I put it on there, it will automatically go out to different media places. It'll start getting posted in different avenues. That system we currently have doesn't exist, okay? It's just basically me clicking a button. I got to go try to post it online with a paper, and then they got to come and seek it. Well, this one kind of seeks them out. One of the big things in actually the meeting that y'all been having with the school board members is about recruiting of teachers and retention of teachers and trying to find teachers. But it's a big problem when you don't have the resources. So this actually gives us the resources to get out there and start trying to find certified people and be competitive with trying to actually seek them out early enough to try to get them inside your schools. And one thing it also does, it does allow the principals actually go online, set up interviews, to see the candidates. It's not just me. So it's really an encompassed system with that. That's only a piece of it, okay? The second piece, which is the entire package, which really gets us out the Stone Ages, is everything is electronic. We no longer will handle paper inside the HR department. So if I wanted to hire Ms. Dot for a job, I would send Ms. Dot an email. I know Ms. Dot, I'd have to come sit down with you with the email, but I would do it for you. But I would send Ms. Dot an email. All the papers we can customize, so the packet, instead of them having to get Ms. Dot into the building to come there, because sometimes that's the tough part. Everything's time crunch. We got to come there, we got to give her a packet. She's got to go home, fill out the packet, run off a copy, come back and do that. But everything's done electronically, where you go there, you fill it out, you e-sign it, you come back. I don't have to touch a paper. I just move it. Accounting can pull it up now, look at it, take what they need off of it, scan it up, and when that's all finished, from that point, we can take those documents and just drop them inside our electronic file. Currently, what we do is, she's got to come in the office.
Yeah.
I got to give her a packet. I got to get her to come sit down. We got to fill the packet out. I got to make sure she signs it. I got to make sure we send it back. I got to make a copy of it. And then from that point, so we keep files. So if we hire, which is very possible, by the way, 40 people this year, I'm at 40 individual files, and hopefully she's got to go through and try to check it. Did she turn this in? Did she not turn this in? But this system allows you to see the document. You know, it's not only filled out 75% of the files. So at that point, we can contact and say, hey, do you need help? Are you missing something? Do you need us to answer something? So it allows us to go completely paperless, which is extremely nice. So it's really more of an efficiency. So instead of really trying to go, hey, I need more help inside the HR side or inside of accounting, trying to help balance paperwork, the system does it for you at a much cheaper price.
cool.
It's exactly where we currently have talent ed. We do. But that price is, by the way, so that'll go away. So we currently pay about $4,000 just to have the basic talent ed thing up that goes up. We're talking about the records part of it, which is kind of where the key point is. The thing talent ed doesn't do is, though, even though I post it, talent ed won't start sending it out. Talent ed won't try to go put it on websites. You can't connect talent ed to social media. You can't do any of that. This system does. That's the difference between the two. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out the $4,000 we're spending. So I know the price looks a little bit different, but really you're saving $4,000 and you're just putting it here plus whatever the other packages are. But this is more of an encompassed package than we currently use now. So the answer is yes.
How long is the contract?
It's a 3-year contract, if you see. There's an initial startup, and it's a 3-year contract. For some reason, after 3 years, it is not what we thought it was. We're gonna go back out for RFP again. There are really 2 companies only that do school service applications. One is Frontline, and the other one is basically Power Schools, because Power Schools bought Talent Ed. We did go out for both of them, but just to let you know that, this is the better product in our opinion.
Okay.
Can you talk about the evaluation piece of it as well, for performance objectives, where we can upload our own evaluation tool, and then we can go in that system and evaluate personnel as well?
Yeah, there's some tools to it that we don't know that can be expended, and then you can keep stuff and people can go in and download stuff and you can record stuff. I just don't know, I don't wanna tell you everything yet because it's still a brand new system. So, like I said, this is a bigger piece than we normally have done. As far as that, we're gonna couple this with like our Safe School system, which is, you probably do, use Safe Schools where you're at, where the video system, where we're about to really encompass in that with our Google document, with our training for COVID, safety, it has all your safety videos, and you keep documents inside of that. So we're gonna put the 2 together, and the 2 will have an all-compass system by the time. It's just an initial startup fee. You'll never have that fee again after this year. So it's gonna start off at 17, and there's like a 4% increase every year. By the way, I checked everywhere. Talent Ed, I also checked. It's a 4% increase every year. It's a normal increase of service that happens every year. But again, after the thing, we can always renegotiate this contract at the end of year 3. If the price goes up too high, we're gonna renegotiate again and start from scratch again if we have to. That's what our job is.
Okay.
Lack of performance or something wrong with the system, is there any guarantee,
And they opt out.
I would think so. I don't know the answer to that. It's a contract, but the one thing about this company is they're a lot more people friendly. I'm not gonna say talented, and I don't downplay the other side. They are people friendly. With this one, it's a lot more customizable. So in other words, I could use if I want this document to be on here, whereas almost I got to use through Talent and Power Schools, I use their document. You understand? So it's the customizable and the communication part with the rep that we like a little bit better. You know what I mean? The training's a little bit different. So like I said, that's one of them. But again, if that would be maybe a legal question about the contract. That I don't know. But usually with contracts, after the 3-year deal, once we do that, we'll get out.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just it's a web-based program, so it's in the web. It's not like they're providing an actual service. We go in and do the work, but they're just housing all of our information for us. Yeah.
The service I do like is they do work with us to get to that.
Yeah.
Where, the training is that.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you, Mr. Clement.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Under comments and announcement, receive the COVID-19 update report. Mr. Bud.
We are currently on May 19th. We had a total of 6 positive cases in the district and 37 quarantine cases. And last report, which is from the very last day of school, last week Thursday, we had 7 positive cases and 25 quarantine cases. So our students that are attending summer remediation again, they will have the mask mandate lifted. However, we are asking them to still distance themselves appropriately in the classroom. It is smaller numbers, so that is much more possible than a normal classroom. So that's a good thing. And our students 12 and older, they did go on flights to hopefully get vaccinated if the parents choose to. And Mr. B did have that posted on the website as well. So we're just looking forward to getting our kids back healthy and hopefully more restrictions are lifted and getting things back to normal. So,
Temperature checks.
Well, we did, contact, the LDH regarding temperature checks. And they, only if a person is symptomatic now, we of course have to check, temperatures. But in a normal case, we are not required to do, temperature checks anymore. So,
Okay.
so I won't have that one-on-one time like we've been having when it's.
Yeah.
It's not since you missed the conversation in that short while.
All right.
It's a sign of progress.
Oh, they told you, huh? Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Mr.
All right.
Buggage.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess. Next, under executive session, we have entered into executive session pursuant to Louisiana Revised Statute 14:17A2 to discuss the status of strategy concerning that certain litigation entitled Utopian Wireless Corporation versus Assumption High School and other civil action number 21-444 on the docket of the United States District Court for the Eastern District of New Orleans, Louisiana. Need a motion? Motion by Ms. Barra, second by Mr. Myers. All in favor? Or question or comment? Yeah, we have to. No, we would probably have to do that, should have done that at the beginning of the meeting.
Well, and I'll say this,
Go ahead.
and maybe we could do it during, after the executive session, but,
Yeah.
so Ms. Dot called me and she was just concerned about, hey, can we pay a little bit more to our employees who did not receive additional funding, for summer work? So that is something that she asked for us to look into. And I would like, if obviously the board wishes, myself and my team, we will meet to discuss that and see if there's any additional funds that we can provide to our employees who are working over the summer program. If you remember a while back, you approved a pay scale for summer work. I think Ms. Dot is asking that I include additional workers such as cafeteria workers, bus drivers, and some other employees who were not initially in the.
Personnel, right?
Yeah, so
Okay, well, we could
that's
take.
I can do that, but I explained that I would love to bring that back because I need to meet with my team first to determine what those funds would look like as far as additional pay or an updated pay scale before we present that to the board.
Okay. Sounds good.
Point considered, just,
No.
and just, I just want to remind everyone
Point of
that,
clarification.
Let's let Mr. B look into it with his advisors.
Yes.
And we'll put it on the next agenda.
Yeah, that's good. Right, okay, we could take it at next, so we got a motion and got a second. Those in favor for entering our executive session? Aye, any opposed? Thank you. Now we're gonna move into executive session. Need a motion to return to open meeting? Motion by Ms. Byrow, second by Mr. Myers. Questions or comment? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Well, if there's no other further announcement or comments or nothing like that, a motion to adjourn? Motion by Ms. Dodd, second by Ms. Byrow. Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. This meeting is closed.